What's up, guys? Johnny Maggot here. And we got a Week 15 matchup against the Bulls, formerly known as the Chiefs. And look at that defensive line right there. Danielle Hunter, Fletcher Cox, J.J. Watt. I'm kind of scared. Then again, I did trade them J.J. Watt, so I'm gonna get a draft pick out of it. Oof. But the linebacker, maybe the middle linebackers scare me, okay. The outside linebackers don't scare me. With corners, I think I could burn. And the safeties, I think we could burn too. Man, this has got a strong leg. And we're going to show you the playoff race that's going on. Right now, we're number 1 in the AFC. Another win, or Monarchs and Texans loss, and we clinched number 1 seed. But the Bulls are the number 3 seed right now because the Monarchs and Texans are both AFC South. So this is a big game for the Bulls. I'd say the NFC looks a whole lot more interesting right now. What up, Jimmy? Yeah, NFC looks interesting right now because both the Niners and the Seahawks are leading the West. And Phil, right here, he's fighting for his life, trying to find a playoff spot. And Rob and Corey are battling each other for a playoff spot too. I am not playing a user this week. I'm just going over some playoff battles that are kind of crazy. And it's time to play the game. Excuse me. Alright, so I got my own playbook going. I like kicking first, but let's see if it shows us our uniform. There we go. And there they go. And let's play. Remember, we're on the end of the season, so it could be snowing. We do play in Toronto outdoors. Of course, I have no say whether it snows or not. And then I gave him Darius Leonard too. Damn.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Toronto Mounties. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Time to play in the snow again.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports
December football gets crazy.
Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And
there you go,
Troy Apke. Just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
They're going to go right to the passing game, huh?
Now Taylor on first down. And Bryant's got it over the middle.
What a hit.
Down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Play action, it's Taylor. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And
there we go. Got there just in time.
Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
It's time to
DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Williams.
Man, I didn't get there.
3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
The computer guys did, so we're good.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They're not running right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. That's caught by the
that was my guy.
Mark Andrews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line.
What's up, Rob?
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
All right. I don't think many safeties have as many sacks as my team does.
Has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
3-19. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Looking
Ah,
left
come on.
side, it's complete. He's
Oh,
got it.
damn.
Touchdown!
That's my fault.
A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Okay.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there.
Bag of chips here already.
Up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And quarterback can't throw right now.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's a 46-yard
right on the
punt,
punt coverage. There we go.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And now back out comes the offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Overload the side that they did not run on.
Bringing him down.
Not lucky though, because we're fast.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Forced out to his left.
There we go.
5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This is fielded at the 7.
Good return.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And holding on someone.
Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That sucks. Come on, Kool-Aid man.
Now that's one they
no.
second down to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a second and long following the
Sterling in
holding
there,
penalty.
or Shepard in there, I think.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
I see Shepard open.
They'll look to throw.
And nope. That pass rush is just nasty.
Danielle Hunter in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
Jesus.
And he's capitalizing.
Get him down.
A few times he's even defeated double teams.
There we go.
He doesn't care at this point.
Oh, time.
Very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field
Phil versus
position.
Corey
They
will be a
take
snow
over
game.
with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, if that's a snow game, Corey might not score.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They're going to pass now.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Taylor.
There we go. Nice
Fires
pick.
one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it.
Ben,
this time, it results in an interception.
And drag.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
Here.
I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And you get 7 blockers, 4 guys rushing, and they still get to us before I can get open.
In there to get him for sack
Come on, guys.
9 now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down, here's Miller. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
We did spread out the defense and hopefully my quarterback get around everyone and start running.
But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And maybe Ridley could burn the safety before the pass rush gets there. No,
look to throw to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but
they get to the football. It's blocked.
What the hell? What the hell, guys?
I know it looks easy to a lot of people when you're kicking the ball. I mean, it looks pretty simple, right? Snap, put it down, kick it. But playing in the snow, that can throw off your timing just a bit, and that can wreak havoc, as you just saw there.
Well, it throws off the timing, and I just think it's an extra advantage for the team that's coming in to block it because they've got a hold on the offensive side, and, of course, the kicker and holder and snapper, they've got a lot to deal with.
What can't be underestimated is the person catching the ball, the holder, and putting it down.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown! Damian Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Is here, baby. Your trip is here. Oh, I know you felt that one.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right.
And
he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose.
Get out there,
it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Devin Funchess.
Puts us at least in field goal range.
40 to the 39.
If you don't get it blocked again.
Get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling.
Damn, I didn't get all of it.
Catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down.
There we go.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I'm going to try to go to the outside here.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Sua Cravens in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. On 3rd down, it's Brooks, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Send everyone straight down the field and hope someone gets open.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tight end to the left, tight end left. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Yeah, up there.
He's got it at the 15. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Half cannot end on a penalty, on a defensive penalty. So it's decision time. Do we go for it? I think we gotta take the points.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And this one is right through. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Now McManus
that
on
big
to kick this
face
one
mask
off.
cost him 3 points.
Here comes Grant on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I could need a nickel and dime in this game. I mean, I might need 4 more field goals for all I know.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Detroit! Detroit! One tight end.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. And on that play, the defense is able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Yeah, he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw now on first down.
And bad throw.
This going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And now it's second down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football. 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
They go play action here on first down.
Oh, what a terrible throw.
One that's intercepted.
And then my receiver glitched out. Awesome.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks.
False start.
And a lot of times,
Offense.
I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. Oh, moving from his tight end
He
spot
didn't
there.
bait him. It
Do you
was
think that perhaps
just terribly
the
off
play
target.
call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Able to push his way through.
There we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
319.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I'll keep passing.
And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He's letting this one go for Fuller.
Damn pick. There we go.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down
It's
to trying
time. I just send people down the field and hope they get open.
Downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Ah, crap.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but
11-2,
still 4th
we are
down.
going for
I
it.
liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Oh, come on. I can't get fucking open.
And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
We need touchdowns on the next 2 drives. That's for damn
Now
sure.
the offense heading back out there. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down.
Nichols
Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge
Excuse me,
back.
sorry
as
about
they've
that,
watched
guys.
this lead shrink a little. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They go play action now. Taylor under a heavy rush and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the gun, it's Taylor. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
You made that?
Crew
Come
on
on.
the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And nice work on the return as they'll
All right,
start
now
their
we
drive
need a touchdown this
just
drive.
past the
There's
30-yard
no
line.
want.
So out now
It's
comes the offense
need
back
right now.
onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
Now the ball comes loose.
And
the
quarterback
defense will
gets
get
hit,
their hands
fumbles,
on it, going the
and
other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying
I
to
thought I
take
was
care of
gonna
the
go
ball,
frickin'
like
burn
we
'em.
just saw there, that's difficult to do. But just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on. The biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
To throw is Taylor. And he comes back with 1 complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air on a first down. Taylor now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Taylor. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Need
4
that clock
yards on the
stopped.
completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though
And it's caught.
Come on.
James Washington.
It's man on man. There's no way he should be open that quickly.
Especially
Especially if he's just running straight.
So a tiptoe catch back in the end end zone. So tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is
He
treated
caught
as
it in
a
bounds.
solid
There's no doubt about
run.
it.
It took them an extra look, but they found out
All right.
it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good.
All right, we
And
could
the
score
decision
3
to just
touchdowns
kick
in
the
this time
extra
without allowing
point winds
points,
up
but
successful. The
we're gonna be
return
killing
man is
clock.
Grant. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, a third quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one
And
deep over
quarterback
the middle.
misses
So
his
they
target
took
by a
shot
lot.
on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing
Yeah.
they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now he'll be
And
hit
I guess I
from
didn't
behind, and he is
throw it fast
landed
enough.
on hard. Kyler Fackrell in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks.
Hey, we hit on something.
And it's complete.
Holy
And
shit.
all the way down to the 36-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
We hit another
It's
one.
caught at the 7.
And touchdown.
And he will take
That's
it
one.
in for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
They might still be passing it. That'd be huge if they did.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football.
There we go. Evans, 2 tackles in the same play.
It's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the
There we go,
team
knock
is
that
able to
ball
come
out.
up with the ball.
On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Ready. Flag 32.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. And
Hit.
intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Detroit.
Let's burn here. Let's burn them.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a
There
bad
we go.
scramble
There
there
it
on
bounced
1st
too.
down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Gun.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, Ridley, you hold on. That's a touchdown. Come on.
He had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll drop the throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. They'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. Another nice game, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Not. Oh, it could have been, but I got it done. We got it done.
So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left.
Now we got to get that 2-point conversion.
Right where it is. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's
struggling with this kicking right now.
This is fielded at the goal line. Shoves him aside. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league,
they're throwing.
Get to the Super Bowl,
Nice block.
the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes
Nice
sneak in at a 5 or a 6
huge.
seed, because we see
That was
those
touchdown.
teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Hey. Ready. 39.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10.
Oh, you brought him down by the face mask. Come on, you can't do that. Not in this point of the game.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
You better hope your team has your back and gets a pick or fumble or something.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Did they have to use timeout?
There we go.
And he's taken down. Seward Cravens in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This offensive line flat out.
I want to stop him quick, score quick, stop him again,
to the tune
and
of
score
7
again.
sacks in this game thus far.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Operating from the gun. Taylor.
Oh, there we go.
And he's got Rome. Then it's a
There we
huge
go.
return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Good job.
Critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
You got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll slide down to
let's
avoid
hurry
the
this up.
contact. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Being chased, and this will be a touchdown.
There's the touchdown.
Their quarterback, a 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Now, like it 56. Like it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure.
There we go.
And he'll get into the
All
end zone
tied up.
as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why?
That
Game
was
tied now. So you're not
huge.
protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it
False
loosens
start.
him up a little
Offense.
bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready. Flag 32.
Here's Taylor. From the gun, he'll throw. Going deep
Oh, that's
here
picked.
for Bryant.
Oh,
And
come
nearly
on.
Another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frank, and this is going to
Yes.
be intercepted.
There we freaking
Picked
go.
off right around the 43.
Oh, it's going to bring it to the house, too.
And
Yeah.
this results in 6.
Yeah.
Touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another
The Tom
shot
Brady
at it now
defense.
as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again.
All right.
And fresh off the
We're going to
pick
pick him off
6.
again.
They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like
You're gonna do it again.
the defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that
No
one.
sack,
Normally,
but
you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback.
only a yard.
It's
I'll take
winning
it.
time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Is at this stage of
We
the game,
need to put
all
Kravitz on
protections,
spy.
they're off.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Washington's got it.
There you
And
go.
he'll get it out near the 40 to
2
the
minute
39.
warning.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
We're going to pick him off
it's
again,
our
guys. Let's do
visitors
it.
with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Here's Taylor. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
Oh,
and it
nice
drops
bat,
down
though.
incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Back to throw. And
Hey, I said pick.
Pressure there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield.
Philip is here.
49-yard
2 sacks, 3 picks. That's a big game.
In these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
Big game by the strong safety flip this year that converted to the cornerback converted to strong safety.
First down carry for Henry. That hell running right through him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball.
Let's
As
go.
he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
I like that left side. I like running behind these wide receivers.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they go backwards.
But that fullback's being handling balls right now.
Back at the 48-yard line.
Defense.
And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
You know what? Let's do something stupid.
Gun!
But if it works, it ends the game.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his
There we
tight
go.
end on the corner route.
That'll
It's
end the game.
complete. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Let's end that shit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
And when you put chew clock on and it doesn't chew the clock, it's kind of annoying.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
56! Mike's 56! I'm gonna run you over! I'm gonna...
Hut!
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the home team here, they continue to make their
Scored
case as a
28
Super Bowl
points in the
favorite as
fourth
they move
quarter.
to 13-1.
Holy shit.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.
That was fun to play.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Man, that wasn't looking good. Holy shit. Alright, and we'll see you tonight for Hockey God action. Roughly 13 hours from now. Talk to you guys later. Peace.